Cerruti 1881, How Italian Refinement Got Lost in Global Expansion. Cerruti 1881 was once the epitome of modern Italian elegance, blending soft tailoring with Parisian sophistication. Founded by Nino Cerruti, the brand stood for quiet power, refined menswear, and timeless design. But after a series of ownership changes and aggressive global expansion efforts, its identity began to fade. In this episode of When Growth Goes Too Far, we explore how a brand built on balance and restraint was slowly diluted by the pressure of scale, licensing, and short-term commercial ambitions. Once a beacon of refined Italian menswear, Cerruti 1881 was a masterclass in understated luxury, known for elegance, tailoring, and timeless design. But somewhere along the line, the brand's ascent faded, overshadowed by changing ownership, aggressive international rollouts, and creative drift. In this episode, we look at how Cerruti, once synonymous with refined style, became a fragmented label in search of identity. Let's take you back to the origins of quiet power. Nino Cerruti inherited his family's textile business in Italy in 1950s, but his ambition went beyond fabric. He wanted to revolutionize menswear. In 1967, he launched Cerruti 1881 in Paris, one of the first luxury houses to bring Italian craftsmanship into the French fashion system. The brand's DNA, soft tailoring, subtle innovation, and a rejection of flashy trends. Actors, designers, and even Giorgio Armani, who briefly worked under Cerruti, admired his minimalistic masculine elegance. At its peak, Cerruti was the embodiment of modernity, quiet, global, and aspirational. It was a brand that was built on balance. Unlike many peers, Cerruti never relied on spectacle. The brand thrived on restraint, classic tailoring with contemporary attitude. From Hollywood to Paris, its suiting became a favorite for those who wanted luxury without loudness. It was a house driven by fabric, silhouette, and sensibility, not celebrity endorsement or mass market diffusion. And for a while, that balance worked beautifully. So what was the turning point? In 2000, Nino Cerruti sold the company to focus on his family's textile operations. From that point on, the brand entered a period of instability. It changed ownership multiple times and was eventually sold to Chinese apparel group Trinity. Each new owner brought ambitions for growth, often targeting Asian expansion, mall retail, and licensing. But the original Cerruti DNA, built on discretion and refinement, was difficult to replicate at scale, and so it became a brand without a center. By mid-2010s, Cerruti 1881 was struggling to define itself. Creative directors came and went, menswear shows were held but received little critical attention. The product lost its edge, and what was once refined became generic. Meanwhile, licensing agreements expanded Cerruti's name into perfumes, accessories, and lower-priced goods, but with minimal creative oversight. The brand's essence, which was basically an idea of balance between the Parisian fashion and the Italian craftsmanship, was quietly lost in translation. So where does Cerruti stand today? Today's Cerruti exists, but mostly through fragmented business units and licenses. The fashion line is still active in select Asian markets, and the fragrance arm remains commercially successful. But the house of Cerruti, as envisioned by the founder, is dormant. With Nino Cerruti's passing in 2022, an era quietly ended without fanfare or revival. So what can we learn from Cerruti's journey? First and foremost, that heritage doesn't scale easily without a vision. Creative continuity matters just as much as commercial growth, and luxury thrives on restraint, not just revenue. In trying to become everything, Cerruti became less of something, a lesson that many heritage brands, especially those under new ownerships, continue to grapple with. That's all that we have for you in this video. Hope you're enjoying our series of When Growth Goes Too Far, wherein we are talking about heritage brands when they embark on a growth plan and mostly tend to lose their brand identity in the process. Stay tuned for the next video in this particular series. Thank you.